I think they could do like waterboarding. That would be good. Liquid Death, not Arizona.
I am so desperate for content partnerships. I will get waterboarded for a Liquid Death partnership.
I have another genuine pitch.
Yeah, mine was genuine, but
I would
do that.
Yeah, why do you think we're not genuine here? Kill
waterboarding? You think a waterboarding ad's gonna fly? Grow up. Now, a genuine idea. I will not take sass on a waterboarding idea.
What's up? Welcome back to Dark Mode, the business comedy podcast. Today, I've got 3 comedians, so it's going to be mostly comedy, not a lot of business. Going through the guests. No, I mean, look. Yeah. Hurtful.
Go ahead.
Starting on the other end, we got Ben Gleib. Last Week on Earth podcast. That's where you know him from. If you don't know him from there, you should know him from there.
Yep.
Also, one of the regular anchors on Young Turks, right?
Yep, correct.
The Nowhere Comedy Club is the most interesting thing, I think, right? Like, you're like, here's all my artistic works. And I'm like, yeah, but you did a comedy club during the pandemic.
Yeah, reinvented live touring, no big deal.
Lisa Wallen, you know her from Twitch.
Wow, what a pathetic credit compared to yours. She plays video games for incels for $12 a month. There you go.
Well, your whole thing is like, you're pretty nerdy.
Yeah, it is.
That's like most of the material you post online.
Is just, she's a dork.
Yeah.
She's a giant dork who begs for money on Instagram.
And Danny Jolles, is that? Yeah. Is it Jolles?
Jolles, I got another jaw.
Okay, cool. You know him from TED on Peacock. The You Choose special, which I think is a kind of a cool concept. You said it didn't go great, but I think it's cool.
It's a choose your own adventure special. I'm so proud of it artistically. If you watch the special, the whole point of it was don't trust comics, don't trust opinions online.
Right.
And it has millions and millions and millions of views as reels, completely out of the context of the special. It could not be a bigger failure on an artistic level.
Right.
But I think it is one of the, I'm incredibly proud of it artistically. I think it's so fun. But it will, unfortunately, as far as its thesis goes, could not be more upsetting.
You released a piece of content meant to be consumed in long form in kind of a short form era, yeah?
Yeah. No, I couldn't have timed it worse.
Yeah.
But I think you proved your point artistically.
And I would say that, and I'll tell you, and another depressing thing about it, one of the big streamers, I won't say which, when I sent it to them, they said no, and we said why, and they said we don't think people pay attention to stand up. We think he put it on in the background. This is a major streamer that has a ton of comedy specials. Right. We don't think people are locked in like that with stand-up comedy. You have to actually pay attention to the special.
I don't think that's true.
And my special would indicate that they might have had a point.
Streamer
They asked how much crowd work was in that special.
They probably were bummed out.
Streamer that may or may not be Netflix believes that people put it
I won't say which streamer. Who knows?
I know.
But don't you think it proved your thesis that
in some ways it did, and
that people want a narrative, and you gave them choices, and they're like, nope, tell us what to do.
Yeah. Well, I think more. Yeah, and just getting to the end of a thing, because the end of it. I think the bigger issue was just like, you have to pay attention to it. You can't you have to actually enjoy a set of stand-up.
Yeah, I probably won't be able to focus at the end of this podcast, probably.
I hear you.
Yeah. What are we doing here?
But those that find it love it. But yeah, I do consider it a bit of a failure in that sense.
Gotcha. Well, this show won't be a failure. On that note.
That's right.
Friggin' weird transition. Is that what you have to say, actually, really quick? Is that what you have to say about something that bombs? Artistically, I'm very proud of it. Is that usually?
No, there's plenty of things I've done that are artistically terrible. And I can discuss them all day.
I'm not
also, you don't have to say any of this. Normally, people don't admit their bombs like Danny very boldly and honestly does. I've never bombed.
Got it.
As far as anybody is.
I bomb all the time. And a lot of times when I bomb,
I bombed today and I didn't even do stand-up. I did a radio interview and I bombed it this morning.
Well, that's almost impossible. They'll laugh at anything.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a fun prank I pulled one time because they laugh at anything. I was doing gigs with Skylar Stone. He asked me to feature for him for a weekend in Sacramento at the Punchline. And we went to morning radio and he kept pulling pranks on me in the room. And we were sharing a condo. So I got a hold, and he had all the media booked and invited me to go with him to the media. So I got a hold of the big morning station ahead of time and told them to not laugh at anything he says and to laugh very hard at everything I say. And we're on air together for 15 minutes and he's doing his classics. And they're just like, Mm-hmm. It was the best.
And you could just say anything and they just lose it.
It was, they were losing their mind.
That's pretty good.
So funny.
It was really fun.
That's a great prank.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah,
because it does become the bit when you do morning radio is they'll laugh at anything.
Oh yeah.
And I cannot fathom bombing.
It was
bombing
like
on morning.
literally he was doing like his Owen Wilson impression. They were like, okay, all right, so thanks. That's cool. That was interesting. Thank you.
Impression.
And then I would just like intentionally tell worse and worse jokes, and they would just lose their mind.
That's so funny. That's a good one.
All right. So the premise of today's episode is ad pitches. Most of these came from listeners. Most of them are brands that they either like work at, their marketer there, or a creative director, or is like usually a competitor. Sometimes they don't want to say what their company is, but they're like, here's one of our competitors.
Okay.
And they want us to come up with funny ad ideas for them. I let everybody know up front, we're going for actual funny, not just ad funny. So it's no holds barred. They can be bad ideas.
All of my ideas will be viable.
Yeah, they don't have to be viable.
We might get you a brand deal.
I do a lot of commercials.
Yeah.
I genuinely do a lot.
The undercurrent here, I will say this: the undercurrent here is that I like highly encourage brands to work with comics on their marketing.
Shout out to Dr. Squatch. Dr. Squatch. I've had a partnership with for a year.
Yep,
it's been amazing, and they're such a cool company.
Nice. Yes, and they like are trying to be actual funny, not just ad funny.
They give me zero rules.
Yeah.
They are just like, make something every month.
Yeah.
I love Dr. Squatch.
Yeah. True Classic Tees is another one that partners with the comics.
Yeah.
Do they? Because they're my favorite tees. I'm wearing a True Classic right now.
Yep. They partner with comics a lot.
Really?
Collab content. Yeah. Reach out.
They are.
I have a partnership with Wally Park.
I can put you in touch with the president.
Let's go.
Amazing. Thank you.
You got a partnership with who?
Wally Park at the LAX airport.
Nice.
Wow. Amazing. Discount on parking, huh?
Yeah.
Free parking.
Whoa.
Whoa. That's a big deal.
I know.
Yeah,
I don't get paid, but I get free parking.
Also, John, I've got a product pitch for you right off the top. Pants. Have you considered wearing them?
It's so hot here. You're not a fan. You're not a fan of the legs.
We're in an air conditioned studio. It's not necessary.
I think hoodie on top, shorts on bottom.
Yeah, it's never been done.
Yeah. Cold on top.
That's very Spokane of you, by the way.
It is.
So there you go.
Yeah.
Spokane word.
Yeah.
All right. So speaking of actually funny, not ad funny, brand that has a comedian on staff full time that writes for them. One of the first things that somebody wrote in, this isn't one of their brands, but they said, I'm curious what ideas you would have for a brand like Liquid Death that already does a really good job with their advertising. So big challenge right out of the gate.
So I'm going to tell a Liquid Death story if I may.
Yes, do it.
During the pandemic, me and Don't Tell Comedy did a trivia show because we were bored and we were trying to do literally anything to make money. We had one sponsor. It was this company called Liquid Death. We never heard of them. My house was engulfed with water. They kept sending me water.
Yeah.
And they would
water.
And they would show this. It was just all they would do is at the beginning they would show this video. It was a cartoon of a like guy with an axe, like literally slicing cartoon heads off and being like, destroying thirst. It was insane. It was bananas. It was the first thing they ever did. And I would say all the time, I'd be like, I don't know what this company is. That video is genuinely funny.
Yeah.
And that is interesting to me.
Yeah.
And watching them become what they've become, I think back on it always being like, they were so creative out of the gates.
Yeah.
That cartoon, I wish you could find it. Like, it's this cartoon of a guy slicing heads off, just being like, we're going to murder death.
Yeah.
Liquid. And
Murder
it was just,
we're going to murder death.
yeah, murder your thirst. And it was so weird. It wasn't even funny. It was weird. And I remember being like, this company's got something.
Yeah. And that's like drinks. So Red Bull does like extreme sports stuff.
Yes.
Like the best drinks are basically marketing companies.
I love Liquid Death, but they're like the affliction t-shirts of water.
Yeah. It's like, thank you for telling me who the douchebags are.
Yeah.
I fucking love that company.
Yeah.
I know. I love the Metalocalypse water is what it is, but it's water.
Yeah, it's aggressive. It's aggressive. I think if they wanted to like amp up their marketing, actually killing people would probably be the move.
That'd be great. Yeah, that would,
like sponsoring murders, like state-sponsored hits, private hits. They partner with a hitman organization.
Honestly, World Wars.
They're like the
Why
World
not?
Wars.
Yeah.
Liquid Death. Yeah.
They can start signing bombs, people would kill.
Very
So they auctioned off like the side of their boxes on eBay during the Super Bowl. They auctioned off ad spaces on the side of their boxes on eBay. What if they auctioned off, like, what if they said like, just like put hits out on people that like everybody's like, oh yeah, we're out on that person, like Diddy. You know what I mean? Like, hey, you can do it. If you can pull it off, here's the Liquid Death bounty.
I will say my favorite Liquid Death fact is that instead of an Arnold Palmer, they have the dead billionaire because they couldn't use his name. I love that.
They did a thing with Tom Segura where he like put stuff in his mouth. It's like put stuff in my mouth, or I can't remember. I'm butchering that, but it was kind of funny.
I
Is that
like
his
it.
OnlyFans
you've seen it?
content?
I don't know, but I like your description.
Yeah, well, it's just like he's like a recycling bin, and it's just him like, and then you like put the cans in his mouth.
That's a dream.
Oh yeah, it's like those European recycling
especially
bins.
Tom Segura fans.
Yeah.
I think another thing they could do is do commercials or viral videos probably better in real hospital ICUs when people are dying, and you walk in, you offer them liquid death, and they're like not really fully lucid, and you just force pour it down their throat, and they think you're killing them.
yeah.
It just says it right on the can.
I think they need more dead billionaire drinks, but ones that haven't died yet, just to foreshadow.
Like an Elon Musk.
Like Mr. Beast has his own energy drink. They need a liquid death energy drink for another dead billionaire, and then
Right.
you don't know what happened. There you go. Elon Musk. Why not? Just kill them all off.
Now I'm going to give a genuine answer for a second.
Hit us
Because I am thinking
That
about
was
it.
genuine.
And I, well,
I think that would actually do well, especially like people who are already a little politically, like make a Mark Cuban
Listen,
one.
we
make
need to
a
kill
Elon
more
Musk
billionaires, and I think Liquid Death needs to sign the bombs that do that. That's my pitch right there.
yeah.
I'm on the record saying I don't want to kill any billionaires.
I'm,
I don't. I want Liquid Death too.
No, and
There's a difference.
I would say legally it's going to be a tough one, but I like the idea, and I think we're spitballing.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm not going to bring an umbrella to the brainstorm.
Right.
But
yeah.
what I will say is if I was Liquid Death, I think I would go in the room and I would be like, I think you have proven you're funny. I think you've proven your brand. I think their next ad, I would have it be very genuine and just be like, truly, I would like go the other. I'm a big go the other direction.
Yeah.
Like, I think they actually have room to be like, hey, you like us and we've now made it out of our little thing. Here's why we started this. We started this because like we felt like we wanted people to drink more water. We tried to make water cool, and like they could really build like a nice cans
That's
are
what
better.
the Arizona
like,
Iced Tea guys does.
Yeah, like,
yeah.
Go
everyone
that
does it.
way and then go back to crazy. But I think they actually, because the thing is, I'm like trying to brainstorm funny ideas for them. But I'm like,
they're so funny already.
Funny. I actually think the move is go the other way.
They need a so this is what I was just thinking when you said the hospital thing. This is what it triggered for me was like, what if they did a like there's a lot of places that don't have water. So like, what if they did a serious video because people trust them enough.
The water label on here.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, episode.
But I can't touch a sticky bottle.
I still have so much merch from Liquid Death because of that period.
I'll take all of it.
It's like a Liquid Death show.
I'm
also-
such a Liquid Death show.
Another thing too is like they actually have good merch. You know how many bad merch have gone from like water and beer brands and whatnot?
I can't say enough good things about that company, and I cannot stress enough. They paid me very little at that time and haven't paid me in years and years and years. I don't think they even technically. And this is all very genuine.
Listen,
I like that company.
Liquid Death, do something for the gamers so that I can have some.
There you go.
I think we should do.
But I think if they went serious, like did something because people trust them, they'll watch the content.
Yeah.
And then also like while you're there, like giving everybody water, like make a funny video that's a little unhinged with those same people for the next one after.
I think you just do the genuine video and then at the end you slice the heads off of those. Like really.
It's like a 3 minute
I will say
you could do something like that. I actually don't hate that of like and that's the end of us being serious. Like, hey girl,
I used to drink.
You could do that. I like that.
I used to drink a lot of Arizona iced tea when I was a gross teenager, and then I saw the video recently of the CEO where they interviewed him, like, why haven't you raised the prices? He goes, because we already own everything that we want. Why would we do that? We're not going to let poor people not drink our stuff because we want more money. And I went and bought one that day.
Yeah.
And then I reported him to 7-Eleven because I'm like, this is actually 10 cents more than he said it was. You can charge me less. I didn't say that actually. I just bought it less.
But I thought
of it though. Just thinking of it made me feel like a good person.
I think they could do like waterboarding. That would be good. Liquid Death, not Arizona.
Yeah.
But just like lots of, I mean, maybe voluntarily, but like just, they do so many celebrity collabs. Like just do a celebrity, like 1 minute video of a bunch of celebrities.
I am so desperate for content partnerships. I will get waterboarded for a Liquid Death partnership.
I have another genuine pitch.
Yeah, mine was genuine, but
I would
they would do that.
Yeah, why do you think we're not genuine here?
Waterboarding? You think a waterboarding ad's gonna fly? Grow up. Now, my genuine idea. I will not take sass on a waterboarding idea. This one though is interesting. What if it was a campaign with all people who were proven innocent but charged with murder?
Okay.
And it was all people being like, I didn't murder this person. But you know what will murder death? And all of them are in that.
Saying murder death, first of all. Secondly,
I know I keep saying it wrong.
Yeah,
secondly,
tag.
Again, they do not pay me anymore. I know
you don't care that much.
I love how wholesome you are, and I'm like, kill billionaires, bomb.
Kill billionaires.
This is my thing.
Can I just suggest
Twitch streamers that need money?
I just want to suggest a genuine idea for a minute, if we can.
Oh, boy.
Because that was ridiculous. But
I thought it was a very funny idea. You get Casey Anthony?
Genuine.
I didn't do it. You know who does? Liquid Death. That's great.
Okay. Well, yeah, you really sold us there, Casey Anthony.
This is a genuine idea that I think also would just be very interesting to watch, unlike Danny's idea. And so my idea is you know, like in T2 and like people when there was like the liquid plasma robots. So I think they should take they should make deals with dead iconic celebrities estates and then have the maybe start at the gravesite or maybe less so just like on the ground there's a puddle of water and it reconstitutes liquidly into that dead celebrity that's now back alive in liquid form.
We're gonna get Liquid Death in trouble from this conversation.
I think that if Liquid Death can do that, I'll tell you what, they got a better product than water.
Yeah. Now we're real live.
And then the water.
Genuine. Let's have more flavors. There you go.
Genuine idea. Yeah.
Genuine idea. Have us some more flavor.
If you poured it on dead people and it brought you back to life, if there's even a rumor of that, you'd sell a lot of product.
Yeah, that's going to be the biggest product of all time, said Elon Musk yesterday. I'll never stop saying it. Did anyone else catch it at the end of his little presentation about the robots? He goes, and I really think this will be the biggest product of all time. He said that for real, straight-faced into a camera.
What was it? Dancing robots? I didn't see this.
Sex robots?
No, there's robots.
Sex robots will be big.
No, he has literally iRobots. They look like iRobot, and it's the same idea. They'll live in your house and
they're assistant.
That's
is he making these?
Yeah, they're made.
I'm going to be honest.
But that part's all whatever. We can argue about that all day. The fact that at the end he goes, I just think this will be the biggest product of all time.
And that's when Liquid Death comes out and they chop his head off, and then we're good. There you go.
What are we doing, Elon?
Really pitching.
There you go.
Really pitching the killing billionaire.
Dead billionaire.
Killionaires.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that's the killionaires.
They can call it Elon's Musk. There you go.
All right. Yeah. Okay. I like that. That's enough Liquid Death ideas. Great
product.
They got plenty out of us. I don't know if any of that was clippable.
Clippable.
Yeah. I think that might get flagged on every platform. It's okay. It's okay. That's what we're doing.
Not my ideas.
That's what we're doing.
Mine were very genuine.
To be ideas that get flagged.
Everything was genuine, what we said today.
All right. Now we're going to do something a little this feels like a come down, but let's not treat it like that. Maybe I shouldn't say that. Actually.
No, probably should.
That was all me.
I like it.
Yeah. All right. Click number 7 for me. All right. So this is a brand that here's the message. He says, we sell a box that organizes your weed stash. Got any funny ideas for that? That was the message that he sent.
In what way does it organize?
He did. Yeah, he did send his website.
Also, how much
John,
great.
long black socks with the shorts.
I'm so cool.
All right, I love it.
Listen, I'm not a fashionista either. Also, I love that. The funniest thing is nobody who looks like that. Oh, actually, I take this back. If I look like that, I would have an organization box for my stash. But then again, I have no money, so I have one type of weed.
Just maybe click into there so we can see how it works.
I'll tell you one product I can improve. I'd like to improve your self-talk.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I'm gonna cry.
Yeah.
We need an organization for Lisa's thoughts.
Yeah.
And her self-esteem.
I don't know what these things do.
Yeah. So,
$80? Okay.
Yeah, $80. It looks like it's like
listen, if you
can roll on it.
If you can afford an $80 hash stash, then you probably have enough different types of drugs in there to organize.
True.
Yeah.
Mine straight up is 3 broken lighters, a weed that's 6 months old, and shrooms that have definitely expired.
Well,
yeah.
He did give other. I don't know.
And there's no organization
Do
involved.
shrooms expired? Because I need to throw away a lot of shrooms. Several years ago.
What happens with it?
I ate 2-year-old shrooms the other day, and I was fine.
How many years old?
2 years.
And did you get high off it?
Yeah.
Not as much, or the
Just
same amount?
not as much, but it was still there.
Maybe give me a different color.
Also, it's got a lock. It's got a combo lock on the front.
Well, yeah. So it's got a combo
cool,
lock.
actually.
This is actually insane.
And it's got, so you can roll on it right there, and then you can sweep the stuff off. And it's got a little broom. See the little broom?
Here's the thing. I'm not that's an awesome idea, but it's also a hilarious idea because it shows you just how gentrified the weed industry has gone.
Yeah. I guess, okay, so there's an idea.
There you go.
Weed 20 years ago, weed 10 years ago.
It is wild to me.
Smoking 10 years ago, smoking now. It's probably
I'm
not
only
fun.
34, but seeing this shit to me is just wild still.
I think that is a very good way to go about it, though, is if you did like a commercial that was like almost the evolution of man, but the evolution of weed, where it was like, it used to be like, now it's just like all of us, just like guys in suits being like, just before my meeting, and it's like, it's like weed has matured. Yeah. So should you. So should you.
I also think it's hilarious because anyone who I love it. There's like a brush.
No, it's good.
There's a joint roller.
Yeah. I mean, it's like one of those that's like not super unhinged idea, but it's like probably that ad would probably perform well.
That ad would perform very well because I think it also sells what their product is. The product is organized.
Like you're not 14 anymore.
Do any of your
Listen, if I were to talk to this guy genuinely, I would say make this, but for cigars. I would target the cigar world more than the weed world because they're more likely to want this. However, I think that's why he needs to. I think part of his angle is rebrand weed, as weed is now higher. It is more cultured. It's more cultured than it was.
Yeah. Okay.
Look, it's hard for me to chime in on this because I don't do drugs.
Must be nice.
I mean,
sorry, sorry, I can't help myself
with the shrooms.
No, I don't do drugs except weed and psychedelics.
Okay,
those are the only ones I do.
Well, then this is not for cocaine.
Okay, great. Perfect.
Also, I do like are those fake pills or M&Ms?
Yeah, they are. They're M&Ms because I think he can't. I bet wherever he advertises doesn't let them show the thing. Like if he advertises on Instagram.
Listen, if I'm high as shit, I am not keeping M&Ms in a box. They are getting eaten immediately.
Yeah.
There's no stashing snacks.
I think it's supposed to represent things that you might.
Yeah.
You know what this makes me think of? I don't know if any of your parents smoked weed growing up, but mine did, and they always used an old Frisbee. That was like their thing. They always
to roll on?
To roll joints.
That makes sense.
Just to be clear, my dad, huge stoner, never heard of the Frisbee.
You never heard of
Great idea, though.
My parents have an old Frisbee that they've had for like 30 years to like roll like joints and stuff. And so does my uncles. Like I was like, what is the Frisbee thing?
Frisbee.
You would hear and be like, aren't you tired of using an old Frisbee?
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
I use a Frisbee as a plate.
Also, I will say, like,
what was the name?
Angelito.
Angelito. God, I was so
Angelito.
Can you scroll those 6 photos underneath? Like right underneath.
Yeah, just so we can see all the different product photos. Yeah.
Because I'm just I'm trying to get a full sense of these.
This is actually wild because I feel like if you smoke this much weed, you're gonna lose half of the stuff in that box.
That's why the box exists. That's the point.
Product.
The brush, I would stash that somewhere that's not in the box.
Yeah, I don't.
You'd be like, this is where it should be. I'll remember this.
I like this.
This would be the most expensive joint I'll ever roll in my life.
I don't touch drugs, but I do have several weed stash boxes.
You say it enough for me to not believe you.
Thank you. Several weed stash boxes. I don't use them. I don't know what I
don't use them, but I have a lot of shrooms I need to throw away.
I also have that. I don't ever touch it, but here's the thing. Here's my genuine. For speaking genuinely, I've got a genuine pitch.
We're gonna say genuine a lot today.
Genuine pony, baby. So here's my idea because it has this like cool like briefcase style combo lock on it. Is I want like a high end James Bond type. Action thriller movie commercial where you're meeting up and do you have the briefcase? Do you have the hash stash? And they pull it out and they're doing the combo and they just can't remember why they're there. They just lose full focus.
That is my theory. Is that I would get. I'm scared that I will get so high I will forget the code to my own.
That could happen too.
Yeah.
It's the only product where the code is always 000 for all.
If you try that happens to you, just try 420.
They need to specify that there is a key and make a commercial off that. Be like, oh, I forgot the code, and they'd be like, thank God it comes with a key, and then that sells me right there.
Yeah, and I totally remember that.
Yeah, I totally remember where the key is, right?
Yeah, keys are very hard.
Or I think they could do one where they just say, if you forget the code, just try 420. There's a good chance that's what you mean.
I find it interesting that they show like a phone sitting in there. Can you go back to, there was one like a black, is that just a phone?
420-day guarantee. That's funny.
That's because you'll remember that. Yeah, I just like how the phone's there, like you're just gonna be watching Netflix while you roll a joint.
Probably.
I guess so.
Yeah.
I like that it holds the phone. I mean, you're missing the bottom part of the frame, but that's exciting. You holds the phone.
I find it really. My stash box is literally a hand carved Legend of Zelda treasure box that I got for Christmas like 10 years ago. Yeah. That's where I keep all my drugs.
That's adorable.
It's sentimental.
Yeah.
Yeah, going off this, I would say like also there's something to like an old timey like monocle party, like old timey people monocle party, British like.
Yeah, you got.
Are you ready for your night?
It comes with
and
a
then
Frisbee.
It comes out with that. Like this is elevated. I would play into the world of elevating weed.
Okay.
And making it fancier. I think that is a genuine marketing.
Yeah,
that
I like
would do
that. I actually think we had a few good genuine ideas, like the
I like
forgot the
I
code,
like this
forgot what we were
product.
doing.
I like this product a lot. I would also have a cigar version to this thing.
I think all the
that's actually a good
ideas-
product drop.
Yeah.
I like this product. If
Yeah.
someone gave it to me, I'm not buying.
love
Yeah, as an influencer.
I think all the ideas we've heard tonight are really the good, legit pitches, except
I just-
Danny's. And my thought, he's just obviously messing with us, but all the rest of us are being
So
really
real.
very.
I had a
We're
weed
trying
seltzer
to bring
company.
value.
I had a
Yeah.
weed seltzer company want me to make reels for them and pay me for it, and they didn't like my ideas and they didn't pay me. So them. They're
What
called
are they
Wink.
called?
They're called Wink.
Wink.
Okay.
W-Y-N-K.
I was wondering if you were going to say Breeze, and I'm like, I know that
No, well,
really well.
I do like the idea of having weed seltzer because I'm like,
Weed
isn't
seltzer
this
sounds
is
great.
just this is
Yeah.
just fancy bong water?
Ooh, interesting.
That's literally all it is. They didn't like
Interesting.
that.
And they didn't like that.
Well,
angle.
They didn't like that.
That reminded me of a
Weird.
terrible.
No, they wanted me to go with a wholesome angle. There's nothing wholesome
Yeah, you're
about
like, well,
this
you picked
product.
Just the wrong person.
Yeah.
And the wrong product.
Yeah, you picked a gamer who smokes a lot of weed to sell a wholesome weed
Weed.
seltzer.
Seltzer product.
Also, I got so high drinking them that I was just like, I don't remember what you want me to film.
Look,
That's
I
real.
drank
We
the
know.
product and came up with these ideas.
I would have weed beer sometimes, and it would always get me. But I can't do weed anymore. My brain
Whoa.
is too sensitive.
I don't get
What's all
affected
that
for
do-
some
glass
sad
in the
reason
dogs that you're
by weed drinks. Weed
Well,
drinks. don't
you
hit
would
me.
if you did
If I
them, then you would
drink,
know
no,
that.
that's why I don't because I don't touch them.
Then
That's
they'll rock
why
you.
they don't hit me.
you,
This
got,
one I
you really
got,
you're
I
really
just poured 'em
selling
out for
you're
the-
really selling the no drug rule thing right now.
No, I mean the only reason I'm talking about my how much I don't do drugs right now is because I'm high and I don't like to really like double up. I don't like people to know that I do it if I'm
Right.
doing it.
Yeah,
at
you're
the
throwing
moment,
us off.
If I'm currently
Yeah,
on
yeah,
it, so
yeah.
I've been sober for a long time.
Smart.
Yeah.
Been sober for about 12 years now.
That's how I used to do it as a kid too. Like I don't do drugs at all. I mostly
Yeah.
said that when I was high.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. And then
Weed's not really a drug though.
Well, one.
If you
then
call
it
weed
was.
call weed a drug now, you're a narc. Like that's it. It's just
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
who's calling weed a drug?
But
You know?
also-
Then it was. I would have got.
but also let's keep it real. Weed is a gateway drug.
call it a drug.
Weed is a gateway drug. Can we admit that?
Yeah, to a Taco Bell drive-through at 4 a.m. Ah.
What's
They
that?
didn't hear
What's
that.
Donnie?
What?
What's that, Danny?
I was having another genuine
Yeah,
discussion
we just-
over here.
we
about-
just-
I've got a great, I've got a
Which
great
is good for
genuine
podcasting.
idea.
I'm pretty sure podcasting works best when there's two different conversations. At one. I think that's it.
After you f- with us now with your idea, I'm going to give you a genuine one. But go ahead.
No, stop saying the word genuine, please.
I
All
was
right,
just
well,
saying.
you got one more.
Yeah,
one more.
Go.
No,
Clearly, it's going to be a very genuine idea here. So
this is a real idea.
okay.
I'm ready.
This photo is making me think of it. So you know the little miniature brush? I would like a miniature mascot for this company, animated like almost like a Geico lizard, but not like a miniature, like a chimney sweep guy, like a British dude who lives in the box.
It's just
And
gonna be.
he sweeps out all the weed debris. He's like, and he
Yeah.
probably can't be British because the Geico
Dude,
guy, but he could be like
I like him as a stoner.
I
Honestly.
think Geico's
stoner
isn't he
character.
Yeah, like
Australian?
I like him as a
forgets
stoner
never
character.
finished sweeping.
Yeah, he
And he has
kind of
to go to
forgets
sleep
like half
again.
the time.
I
What
like
if
how
it
you
was like a
said
butler?
British and not like Cheech.
What if it was like a butler? Because I like the like. What if it was like you open it and the butler's like, "Here, show your weed."
Well, that's
And-
fun.
And like I like that. I like
that's
a little
fun.
guy. I think that.
You
Little
re-
guy's
yeah,
fun.
you really the elevated
Every
angle.
company
I love it. Yeah, I
needs-
love butters.
Every company needs a little guy
Yeah,
Agree with that.
or a mascot.
that's what I always say. Yeah.
Every company needs a little. You need a little guy.
You do
Yeah.
indeed. You do indeed.
Put a little. I don't know which
You don't have
camera.
a little guy?
Get a little guy.
Yeah.
Put a little guy in
Also-
there.
Speaking, you've mentioned Cheech and Chong. Can I tell you the most disconcerting thing that happened to me, maybe in as a drug related story? And this is a
Yes.
story that back when I did consider touching drugs, I was doing punch up on the movie the Book of Life, this animated movie, Guillermo del Toro's beautiful movie, and the people doing punch up was myself, Cheech Marin, and Gabriel Iglesias, Fluffy, and we do pitches all first half of the day. And then my plan was I'm going to go to my car during lunch and get stoned and then have like different kind of ideas after the second half of the day. So I go to my car, I get stoned, I come back, and before they reconstitute our work day, I sit down next to Cheech and I go, Cheech, I just smoked in my car a little, thinking he's going to be my best friend now. He's going to hug me. He's going to be so impressed. He's like, I've been blazed all day, bro. He goes, kiss me. Really? I could never work like that.
No way.
You're
I
like,
go, "What
fuck.
Are you talking about?
Wait, you're
I
a
never knew-
You're
businessman.
Cheech. He goes, no, never. I'm like, you don't smoke these days? He goes, maybe occasionally a puff before bed. That's it. I can't.
Jeez.
What?
Why?
I had to move out of Washington's because my parents were
He's
my
like,
stoner
what an
friends.
unprofessional guy.
I was like, I need real friends
Yeah,
now. I gotta stop
good
hanging
point.
out with my dad all the time to get
Wow,
high.
Can your dad be the little guy in the
Down
box?
high with your
First
dad
time I
is
did
right.
acid with my dad. First time I did shrooms was because I wanted to test them for my dad. Like, there you
Wow.
Getting high with your dad is a real sin.
go. That's how I do it. Whenever I go home for like shows, I'm like, I get too high and forget I have to do comedy. And I'm like, I got to get out of here. You guys are bad influences.
I can't do stand up on weed. I tried once. Disaster.
I cried when last time I did it.
Really?
And you made somebody throw
And I
up.
made someone throw up and go to the hospital.
She made somebody laugh so hard they threw up and then went to the hospital.
Well, that's
That
pretty
true?
good.
yeah, that's great.
It was
that's a
that
good sign.
Spokane
It's a great
Comedy
weed.
Club.
That's why I did this product, because I was like,
Wow.
tell your weed story.
Yeah, tell your yeah. There's a girl. I did this dope show where you do a set sober and then you do a set high. And during my high set, this girl was laughing so hard she like projectile vomited in the front row, and it was so disgusting. I was so high on stage, and it was just like. And then I finished my set. It was hilarious. I go outside and there's a fucking ambulance here. I was like, oh my god, did I just kill her from laughter? And they're like,
Yeah.
no, she drank too much. I'm like, I didn't have to hear.
No,
that.
yeah.
No,
You
it's
know
'cause
if
of
she's
me.
okay?
Yeah.
She probably died. It's
No,
fine.
probably died.
I mean,
Wow.
he's from Spokane. He knows. Look what he's wearing. So
Yeah.
you think she was fine?
Oh,
Actually, I probably know her. She's probably my cousin or something.
Yeah. It's-
Wow.
Small area.
Wow.
No, I didn't know it was projectile, number one. And
yeah,
number
it
two,
was like, bleh, and it was like, oh, Jesus.
I want to point out the self-talk. You were like, finished my set. It was hilarious.
Yeah, that was great.
It
Much
worked.
Much better.
improvement.
There you go.
Good job.
I got
Yeah.
this.
I was on stage 2 nights ago doing a weed show at the OG Cannabis Cafe, and
Sober.
I don't smoke, but I got very high on stage. But if it doesn't count if you're on stage or if you're smoking it, it doesn't count.
Right.
That's true.
If you're currently smoking
If
it.
you're currently smoking, it doesn't count when you're doing it. It only
That's
counts
fact.
when you talk about it after.
It's fact.
And I got really high, and it was really fun, but the crowd just kept resetting on me. Like there was no momentum, because then I would like lose my train of thought for a second, and I would like
And
have
then they
a bite
got
of
high
ice
too?
cream during it, and then I had to like
What?
restart them a bunch.
I hate weed shows.
You had a bite of ice cream?
Hate them.
I had ice cream with a pie, and then another piece of pie somebody gave me during it. And there was also weed infused, cannabis infused cotton candy they gave me right before I went on stage.
It sounds like
You
You're
were
gonna
on
die.
stage telling jokes,
Correct.
eating ice cream and pie.
Correct.
Oh, hi.
What?
What's
Correct.
this is how you get people not to smoke weed. Is that you just hear that story.
I can't smoke it anymore.
There you go.
I don't do weed.
But if I had a box, I could stuff that pie in and just
Yeah.
keep it. Can they
There you
refrigerate
go.
the box?
They should have gone you. They should have gone. They
Oh, your refrigerator box. would
I
be
think
the
this is a
idea.
good
See,
product. I think
that
they could- I
also
think this
that
could do very
photo
well.
will sell me, because this looks like someone who actually smokes weed
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
And
you
not-
identify with
Yep.
her.
and not just a stock photo of somebody with the box Photoshop next to them.
But the problem with all these weed boxes, in my opinion, in my experience, even though I've never really seen marijuana, is
Mhm.
they're too small. The boxes, like it's supposed to be a
You need a
stash
bigger
for like your whole stash.
How much weed?
And
do
this
you-
is just, I mean, what does it hold? One baggie of weed? Like,
There's 3 different one your sativa, your indicas.
oh, the containers in the back. Okay,
yeah.
Yeah.
all right, take it back.
You're not just
It's
dumping
great.
weed in the
No,
box.
it's still too small
Okay.
for theoretically if he did smoke weed.
Yeah.
Hashtag
Okay.
go
I
fancy.
just have a big drawer full of drugs I don't touch. But you know,
Listen, I would use that for candy, just not even weed. Just
that's an
stash
idea.
my candy in there.
Yeah.
There you
which
go.
is the way that if I ever were to travel with weed, I would do it. I would, for argument's sake, have one of those gallon size Ziploc bags
the fact that you said
filled with
gallon
candy.
size.
filled with like real life candies, maybe some beef jerky sticks and some other foods, and then you just put your gummies in the middle of that bag, and
That's
there's
how
just
you do
no
it.
way they're
You ever-
gonna.
Actually, I just bring weed and it's fine now.
Really?
Yeah, I did it
Whoa.
on accident.
most-
You
Yeah.
shouldn't though.
Yeah.
On accident.
Okay, because
I
I was
got-
like, don't do that.
I got stopped in
regularly.
Texas
What you're doing is good.
at an internal border patrol
Uh-huh.
thing, like an inside the states border patrol thing. Me and my dad got stopped. We were there for a while because he had just a little bit of weed in the car. We were there for a minute. I was like 15 too.
Yeah.
And so they were like, "You're here with the minor." Like, it was like back when, they were.
Yeah, my dad.
But
did
either
They were
it.
like
even
putting
now-
the fear in him.
Right now, it's like they usually don't care, but you can catch the wrong person on the wrong day, and they
I accidentally had some in my pocket in my pants, and they couldn't find it. And I was like, I don't know why they keep searching. My shit's fine. I found it yesterday by wearing those pants. I was like, oh fuck.
You forgot it was in there.
Oops.
Well, I one time got as close as possible to getting busted for weed. And this is like 10 years ago when you would really get in trouble for it. Like, I mean, you still would get in trouble for it, but like it was like much worse. And they had just introduced, it was as close you could ever get to getting busted. It was like a miracle from God. I'm not even religious. I also don't touch drugs. And so
You're really
I-
selling us right now.
thank you. I don't
Yeah.
want you to believe me. It's very genuine. And so they had just introduced those like puffer air machines at the airport security.
Uh-huh.
And I forgot that they had that. It was just like regular, sorry, Henry. It was just, I just apologize.
Forgot there was a dog here.
For the audio listeners,
I just, kicked
Just remember there was
I don't
a
smoke
dog.
weed. Sorry, Henry. Anyway,
Is Henry in the room? For the audio listeners,
Yeah.
Henry's the dog.
Henry's a
And-
dog. He's sitting under me.
Yeah.
And so there was they just introduced those puffer machines, and it was just regular metal detectors before that. So, and I probably was stoned, and so I didn't like think well. And I considered going to the restroom before and like throwing my weed away. I had a bad feeling, but I'm like, I'm gonna do it. It's fine. I had it in my wallet, right? And I also had a pipe, like a little one hitter in my wallet, physical quality stuff. And I go past TSA. I already give them my ID, and now I see the puffer machine, and I'm screwed. They're gonna for sure see this weed, and I can't throw it away in front of these people, and I can't leave the line. It would look so shady. And I just had to walk through security with weed in my wallet. And so you were able to, and back in the day, at least hold your wallet in your hand when you go through a puffer machine. And so I'm holding it like trying to block my wallet with my fingers as though it wouldn't see right through it. And they say, sir, we have to search that wallet. Something came up on our machine. And they start touching the side of the wallet where the one hitter pipe is. And the guy feels it along the whole side of the wallet, feels the structure of the pipe, reaches in, my heart is beating so fast, and he pulls out a toothpick I had right next to it. By the grace of a miracle, there was another long, hard object right next to it. And then he doesn't stop. He's now feeling the rest of the wallet, and he finds where I have the Ziploc of actual flour folded up in the change pocket of the wallet, reaches in, I swear to God, reaches in to grab it, and pulls a condom out that was right in front of it that felt just like weed in a Ziploc pouch. And I double got saved in that moment. And went through.
Did you cry in the bathroom?
No, I was just
I
felt
actually
like so
just
lucky.
I think the TSA agent was a homie. That's what
No, because he didn't pull it out little. And
He actually ended up putting another condom in there for you.
We all know the homie
What did
version.
you
The homie version.
He
of
just,
the
he
homie
just
version-
put,
yeah.
you came back and you have 2 condoms in here now. What the fuck? And an extra toothpick.
No, it was a wild moment. I don't know. Like God really wants me to smoke, and I won't ever touch
Yeah.
it. But He wants me getting high. And so it was crazy. A very unrelated story one time, but related in that it's a TSA man. I one time, and all respect to people that have one arm, but I once had the additional screening at TSA with literally from a one-armed man. And it just seemed ridiculous.
he was patting you down.
We are
Literally
getting
patting me
so
down
off
with one hand. It
subject.
took twice as long. It was ridiculous. I felt like I was in The Fugitive.
Please tell me the next product's for a one-armed person.
We're selling now one-armed people and bonus arms. It was the weirdest. I just felt wrong. I'm like, I'm sorry. I support you doing most jobs, but maybe patting people down.
It's the
Not
two-armed
the
job.
one job. It's a two-arm gig.
Well, but now, see, I would say that if you only got one arm, that it's like bionic, right? You miss a sense.
Oh, yeah.
Those other senses are
better.
elevated. That one
That's
arm,
true.
I bet he can feel everything when he
Take
does
it back.
Yeah.
I take it
Right.
back.
Yeah.
I support him.
Yeah.
Great.
He's probably the
Way to be genuine.
You're so genuine. All right, let's do one more.
Yeah.
What do I got? Arm related. Nothing really.
Arm related?
More arm related humor. You guys don't want to do that? Okay, how about this? Do you have any funny ideas for Apple Watch bands?
No, what's next?
No, we can skip. them. If you want
I'm
to skip
kidding.
them, we can. Yeah, we can skip. if you
Apple
want.
Watch band?
Wait, hold on. What
Yeah,
did it
they
say?
did like Apple Watch band. I think it's number 5, Angelito. If you want to
So my
click that one.
Yeah, my cousin had a product that he was trying to do that was like artsy.
I mean, what's this particular brand's identification? Like, what do they do?
Like what? Yeah, like why these bands instead
Yeah.
of just whatever. comes on the
Is
Apple
this
Watch?
is that
They look like friendship
Wait, can-
bracelets?
Like,
can
Yeah,
I
yeah, they're like
before we get into this one, can I request something? I like when it's an actual like friend of yours product that they seem to be genuinely asking and not like Apple.
Mhm.
I like when it's like
That's what it is. Yeah.
Oh, so this
the
is this
band.
company.
It's the
Okay.
band brand.
Great. I'm back
Yeah.
in.
Yep.
So if you want to trick people into thinking you're poor, that's what you have.
Yeah, you
with
just turn
this
it
thing.
around. Yeah.
You're like, this is
Wanna
what are
hide
you
your
talking
wealth?
about? This is an Apple Watch.
Yeah.
This is a braided $2 friendship bracelet that your friend gave you on the playground.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
That's a good. I like that.
Yeah, you
That's
can wear
a
it
good-
under.
I was
wear it under.
I was at an event yesterday, and it was like downtown in LA. Like Skid Row was 1 block over,
Sure.
which is a weird place to have like a networking event.
Sure.
But
Seems fitting.
yeah, like that. Perfect scenario for the Apple Watch brand that you want to.
You go to networking events?
Well, yeah,
I do too.
I know.
Do you?
Yeah,
I used to for content production.
I don't overtly go to an event.
I really
Well,
love
sorry,
that
sorry.
this
Yeah.
I am here because I was a panelist at that event.
I was gonna say,
no,
I do
no,
love that this
Wait,
entire
you're a fan.
Yes, I'm
podcast
here
just
in
reminds me of how unemployed I am. 'Cause
Yeah,
I literally
sorry.
did this for a living.
Yeah.
Anyways, Lisa, do you miss working?
Yeah.
Get your poor Apple Watch banned right now.
There you go. Yeah. And so like that would have been a perfect situation where I was like the Uber dropped me off like pretty close to the door, and I was like, "Could you get me maybe a little closer?"
Oh, yeah.
to the door?
Yeah.
Remember what was the name of that club down there? That like tiny like little.
The LA Comedy Club?
No, you
Garrett Morris's club?
You might have been better than this place. Like it was like a
Might
terrible
have.
little room down there, but
I
it was
don't know
right
if I
across
know
from
it.
Skid Row, and they used to do a ton of open mics.
No, I don't think I know.
And I would do shows there, and it was so scary.
Wow.
It was
I have
so
a pitch
stupid.
for this brand.
Okay.
Just to take your head away from that moment of your career.
Yeah.
Sorry,
It's okay.
It's still there,
Oh,
honestly.
you
If
get it.
anybody
You're
knows
still
anything,
shell shocked. Here's maybe the ad pitch of this, because friendship bracelets, we know them from childhood,
Right.
and they're cheap and they're free.
Some of us didn't have friends, but yeah.
I'm so sorry to hear that. That's
Yeah.
really more
That's
of a
not
you issue.
true. That's not true. I can't stand. Don't even. All right, go on.
Remember
You know,
earlier
friends.
when you were like,
Wait,
my
they
set
have
was
friends.
hilarious?
Yep.
Friends.
Remember earlier when you were like, my set was hilarious? We need more of that.
We saw a famous photo of her being cool. Go
Yeah,
on.
He's going viral for how cool she was.
Yeah.
As a
You
kid.
guys are like, my best video ever got 11,000 followers. She's like, I got 11,000 from this thing I did when I was.
Yeah.
Yep. When I was 9.
Go on.
So I think here's the ad campaign.
Mhm.
Are you poor? Do you have almost no money at all?
Oh,
Do you love wearing on your wrist just some strings?
this is the guy said. This guy's sitting up on his couch listening.
Yeah,
Yeah.
strings that just
Yeah,
a
I am.
friend gave you because they made an extra one and it's kind of the misfitting one that they had to get rid
I
of.
have 3 of those on right now.
Yeah. I do have that. I do.
Imagine putting your Apple Watch on it and trusting your expensive technology, an expensive piece of technologically advanced equipment, to just some strings your friend braided together.
Okay.
Imagine throwing this the risk of this product just falling into a sewer or
You know
into a
what?
street somewhere and being run over by a garbage truck or down in your toilet because you barely respect yourself enough to even have it attached to some colorful string like you're a damn hippie that only cares more about aesthetics, looking loose and free and fun, and don't care about the advanced piece of space age technology on your wrist. And at the end, you just say, "We're kidding. It holds it pretty good."
This to me,
I like
this photo right
That was
here,
Just all off the top.
It was a long question,
this
but I
looks
liked
like
Thank you.
this looks like if you could say if
Sentence.
Burning
Little
Man was a
run-on.
watch, it'd be that.
Yes.
This is
I
just
love
techie,
Burning
bro.
That's just like,
Just
But I think we're on the worst one. Can you go to the gold one? Because I was paying attention to the product. So they have some. Is it all?
it's, yeah, but they're kind of hard to see.
No. Do they have any metal, or is this the only
No,
ones? I
no,
thought I
it's all
saw metal.
friendship
ones.
I think they have another.
No,
this
but
one is a braided
I was
one,
gonna
but I think
say
they have another.
this
type.
No,
back
yeah,
to the
yeah,
Burning
yeah.
Man thing. This is literally like techie bro
It's all-
trying to look hippie.
Yeah, right.
You know, some
Yeah.
people might think
If
that's
you're leaving
bad.
your Silicon Valley job to go to
Right.
Burning.
If you heard that and thought that's insulting, well, this is for you.
Yeah.
Are you a band to be like Tom Steyer's belt loop? Is that
Yeah.
a weird niche dated political reference?
Listen.
Is this the only one they make though?
So my question is: Are they all threaded, or do they?
I
Have
think they have
anything-
another type.
Can we see that type? Because I feel like we're just maybe like unfairly.
We're really asking Angelina to like
Yeah.
shop here.
Oh, so they have that.
Oh, they
Okay.
have other types.
Yeah.
Okay, this changes. This
Oh, they've got, like,
switches
a
things up.
leather
Changes
one.
everything. What's the company
Well, they're
called?
not.
Solace?
Wait, does that say? Does that say
Solace.
not
Solace.
restocking?
Oh, not restocking those ones?
Oh,
Okay.
whoa.
What are they restocking?
Never seen that on.
Why even
site
keep that
before.
on the site? Take it down.
What an insane thing to
That
write.
says- You ran
like
out.
this Great loser. Waited too late.
That's how you archive it. You don't put it on the sell part.
Solace,
Come
that's
on,
going to
guy.
be a tiny note from us.
You like this band better?
It's
You're
just a big
fucking
Does it actually say not restocking?
Yeah.
not restocking.
Okay, the only time I ever see this is because I like collecting really expensive like resin statues and figurines. They'll be
Yes.
like not restocking. You'd be like, okay, me then. Sorry, I guess I'll never get it.
It's the so
Very niche
okay.
thing you just said. Very niche.
Type of thing I
Very
would have said.
expensive resin figurines. Resin figurines?
Yeah, like
What was the
resin
name of the
statues.
company? There was a company that Jeff May, great comic,
I love
used,
Jeff.
used to work at. Do you know what company that was?
Was it Necco Toys?
Maybe. It was like they had really cool shit. Like
Yeah, Necco's really awesome.
Yeah,
I don't know if he worked for them, but we've talked about it before.
He worked for one of those companies, and they had
Yeah,
like the coolest,
I
like,
have-
the coolest shit.
My room looks like half a 15-year-old boy's, half a 34-year-old woman's.
I have all wrestling men on my wall.
Whoa.
I have
you
a
both
30
sound
I have a-
really
You,
impressive.
you sound so cool. Like,
I have an $800 30-inch statue of Virgil from Devil May Cry because I thought he was hot. And he's right next to my bed on a stand with a sword, just like this.
And you're single, yeah?
Sometimes
I have a
Very.
But you're married, Danny.
Yeah.
How'd that happen?
I know, which is crazier.
Both equally
I feel like it's a thing where it's like you can tell. Actually, I shouldn't. I'm just so single and so sexually deprived that I just have to own these things. I don't know if it's the same for you.
I can help you out with that.
I'm married and sexually deprived.
Yeah, there you go.
That always happens.
Yeah.
It's like when you notice
normal.
when you notice the sex life start to deplete, that's when you get more hobbies and more figurines.
Look, I'm happy to volunteer my services to help you with this.
This is how.
Would you like to my statue?
This
Is that what you're
Great.
saying?
I love it. I love a
men
resin.
get into World War II, I think.
It is. Instead,
And
women
Roman empires.
and women, they just start crafting.
Yeah.
There you go.
Exactly.
Did
My
this
wife does
Necco
craft.
come? Your wife what? Loves craft. Your wife is what?
She does craft.
She does craft.
Yeah.
I put together gunpla figures. That's what I do.
Gunpla?
Gunpla Gundams, like Gundam Mecha. You know,
I've
we don't have
never
to
seen-
talk
I
about
know,
this.
I know,
It's
I-
obscure.
Well,
Like,
it's crazy how I do know what you're talking about
Gundam?
mostly.
But he would not publicly admit it.
Do you do like Warhammer and stuff, or
No,
that's
just Gundam.
like,
that sounds.
Gundam?
Yeah.
Warhammer sounds like something I've heard of, which makes me think it's
Which
too
sounds-
mainstream.
well, because I used to love Warhammer, and the figurines to me are the fun of it.
Like we're not even talking about the product anymore.
Yeah, yeah,
Listen,
Why don't Solace? Why don't you make Warhammer
yeah.
figurines?
Well, actually, Solace, make
yeah.
video game or anime or like
That's
fandom
true.
themed watch bands. I'll buy one.
By the way,
Collabs.
I rescind
Just
my offer.
generally the
If you saw the bedroom, be like, I absolutely rescind my offer.
Picture it now.
So-
I'm having doubts about this. Yeah.
I do want to go back to Solace because I don't want them to feel.
Yeah, why is
like
it
we don't-
soulless?
feel like
No, I actually do. I actually,
soulless solace.
I did make,
think
I
it's
did.
solace.
But soulless would sounds like soulless. That's not what you want to be called.
You don't want that.
I do like. I mean, the Burning Man thing is funny because it is true. I feel like that is just something that they would buy. But in general, just I love I love that Apple Watch accessories are so like versatile now. That's like I don't have to feel weird for just. I don't own one. I don't have any money. But if I did, I'd want something
wear a
like
real
this.
I don't wear a watch at all. You shouldn't wear a watch. It doesn't make
Yeah.
no sense.
Why?
Because
There's a
your
watch
phone has
right
the
here.
time on it.
But Apple Watch makes sense
How
because you
fast
can
do you
have.
need the time? Faster than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Well,
an
the Apple Watch does a lot
It's
more.
an
It's called an
accessory. you
accessory.
goof.
For what purpose? Why a functional accessory?
Why do you wear a gold?
Yeah, go,
You have a-
get him.
You have a gold. You have a gold chain on. What's the purpose of that?
That's an accessory.
That's the same thing as a watch.
No, but why would it be functional? Why do you need a functional accessory?
I mean,
Other than that, it's an accessory.
Well, I'm sorry if my accessory also has a little function to it. Does that hurt you in
It's
some
heavy.
way?
It's too heavy. It's too big.
Okay, well, all right. Like, let me ask you guys this. I don't do accessories. Like, I don't have any.
you should be wearing.
What's
You're
the
missing
point?
a gold chain.
What is the point? Like, what? Like, why? Why accessories? Why
to
do you
look
guys-
cool.
It looks cool
It's
for
the same
me.
thing with-
Probably
So
like
for
what they're
me-
that's the core thing. They're
So I don't have tattoos because I'm a G.
No, because you're
And,
smart and you go into acting.
And I also act, and it is a whole issue. if you
I'm
act.
not smart.
It is a whole thing when you act. And so, but I wear a necklace
Mhm.
and it says, "What would you attempt to do if you knew you could not fail?" I wear that on stage. It reminds me what I'm there to do. It helps me. So I think for a lot of us, accessories and the watch became a thing because it's like, oh, it kind of puts me together. It reminds. I only wear it when I have shows tonight. I'm going straight to shows.
Mhm.
You know, I wear it when I'm about to do shows. Same with the necklace, and it reminds me like, okay, we're here to do something. We're here to.
My
It's a grounding
me,
item.
exactly.
my tattoos are like murder trophies because I have OCD and I get really fixated on things. And if I get obsessed with something,
Are these all video games you've beaten?
they're anime characters I either want to adopt or have sex with. That's
Or
usually
both.
How I go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or both sometimes.
Interesting.
I'm kind of kidding, but not. No, I like if
It
I
felt
could-
like it
You're
came
not.
from
You're
real
not.
life.
It wasn't a joke.
like if I, like
There's nothing
like
wrong
my
with
whole
what you
back
said.
tattoo is like Dark Souls 3 and Bloodborne. I got super into the series, super into the lore, so I got them tattooed on me, and then I was like, okay, that's it. I moved on. Those are my murder trophies.
But do
They're
you
my
ever think
tattoos.
that you're like you have something on your body the rest of your life for a thing you've moved on from? Isn't that
No, I still very upset.
He's with that.
I'm still very obsessed with these things, but they're more like these are the things that shaped who I was.
okay?
Yeah.
All right.
Like-
So
And now I
it's-
can never get an acting job ever.
things weren't on your body.
It'll be tough. It'll be
Things
tough.
weren't on your body. Tattoos are almost like accessories for you. They're just
They
permanent.
are. They're also cheat codes.
You're just not a who doesn't commit to them.
Yeah, I'm just
Yeah.
a cheat. It's a cheat code because I don't have to ever dress up. Like I don't have to accessorize. I can just be like, oh, I wear a white shirt, my tattoos, free accessories.
That's true.
Okay.
That's
well,
true.
free accessories I paid a lot of money for years
So
ago.
there's some kind of
I
like
like a
tie-in
tattoo
to like the way you feel
Yeah.
when you wear
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Same
Like,
thing
that's
with-
what they have to
So-
do.
I wear-
There's your selling point.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say again, my cousin had a product like this.
Mhm.
So I've actually had hour-long discussions with him about this specific type product, literally the same thing. And
I just came up with an idea.
What's your cousin's name? Maybe it's the founder.
What's your cousin's brand?
I don't. I think it's out of business, but now I'm like scared.
I was gonna say I just came up with an
Great
idea.
ideas you gave him there.
This is gonna be so nerdy, but we were talking about the little guys in the last brand. Every branch have a little guy mascot. What they should do is they should have. This is gonna be so dumb. They could have different anime characters for different personalities for their bands, almost like a dating sim.
So
where it's like, okay, so you got the Burning Man guy for that, and then I don't know, you can get like a sporty guy for another one.
So you're trying to create like a world.
It could be like
all right.
And then
let me water your idea down a little bit. Manly Bands is a wedding band company for you've got one on. I don't have one on.
Yeah.
And they like name their bands like dude names like this is Oscar, and they tell you about Oscar's personality.
Yeah,
like if your guy's like an Oscar, then you get him off.
See, that also caters to me as a woman.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if you guys know this. When it comes to
I know
any
you're
kind
a woman. I can tell that.
Yeah.
Have you ever come to like video
I never
games?
guess.
Yeah. Video games, anime, women are the number one things that keep those going because we purchase the products. We get involved with all the things. Men don't usually do that. They don't usually go out and buy the figurines and shit. It's all these women. So if they want to like sell this shit to like women or people are really into fandoms or something, they'd be like, oh yeah,
Collabs.
here's our they could do collabs. They could come up with characters. I love characters. I love mascots.
Yeah, I'm going to speak for Solace and say that it's going to be an absolute nightmare to mass produce specific things. So
no, they could just make an art. Just harder artists do like an art
Just
and be like
for the ad campaign.
Just for the ad campaign.
And also, I'd like to even expand upon it. You said little guys, and it reminded me of, or gave me a version of this idea. It would be funny if these little guys wore this watch band as a belt because they're that size.
Do you guys
that
remember
would be their belt.
when KFC? Do you remember when
KFC? You can wear it on your wrist.
Do you remember when KFC came out with Zaddy 2 years ago? You guys might remember. They came out with a hot Colonel whatever.
Oh, really? The Colonel got hot?
Colonel got hot.
Whoa.
And they
I thought he was already.
And they put him in a dating sim. They gave him like the little like porn mustache. They made him like all buff. And like women were obsessed with that. And they wanted to buy accessories of that. And it's like, you know how much money KFC made off of just that hot, porny fan art? Look up hot Colonel Sandals.
Horny fan art for KFC.
Look up.
That's a move.
Hot.
Look it up on your watch, Danny, since you like to have functional accessories.
All right, my favorite.
I wear a ring, by the way. As I keep wanting to say this in my head because it like weighs me down to one side, and I kind of like it. Makes me feel like not centered, or a little skewed.
You like feeling like going through the world, feeling off.
Wild.
Yeah, they literally made hot Colonel Sanders.
Let me see him. Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh, I think I auditioned for.
So they did. So they actually did this, and that's the thing is like.
You auditioned to play him?
No, just
this is why you chose the right person for this, because I know how powerful the fandom world is, because it's like they're not really like all my gaming jokes have gone viral. It's like because it hit that algorithm and not the stand-up algorithm. It's like that kind of tricked my way to be like, oh shit, that girl does like Elden Ring jokes.
Right.
It's like if more brands did like things where they have like characters, mascots, like fake people, like all. They could sell so much more. Yeah. Because people would be like, I don't know what this brand is, but they got a hot ass anime character wearing their watch.
Yeah, there you go.
That's a strong point.
Yeah. Well, and you're hitting on something like a crossover. That's what I'm trying to do with this show, where it's like.
I have a very funny story. Can I tell it real quick?
Yes.
I actually did a beer commercial for Elysian when I was at Evil Geniuses.
Elysian
Brewery. Yeah.
ALL?
You know Elysian, they do the Space Dust IPA.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. Brewing.
Nope.
You don't know who they are? They're from Seattle.
No.
They're like a big.
I'm taking my house.
really.
Anyways.
And it's spelled Elysian?
Elysian. Elysian.
E-L-Y-S-I-A-N.
Elysian. Elysian Brewing. They do Space Dust IPAs, like their big one. It's all over the beer bars and shit. I did a commercial for them because they partnered with Evil Geniuses, and there's a part in the commercial where I go to reach a beer out of the fridge and my hand is showing like this, and the commercial went viral in Japan because of this anime character. So they were like, dude, for some reason our beer commercial did a big hits in Japan because this character is like infamous for being in random things in media. It's like in a random Sonic manga and a random PBS cartoon. Then like he's in a fucking beer commercial for some esports brand. And so
they didn't even know.
I got hired at the company because of how viral that 1 second went. And then they were like, we're just going to hire her.
That's so.
And that is.
You can take that a watch band company.
The most bananas part of that is that you would get. They should get in so much trouble.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, legally,
because you basically just used a product. Yeah, they basically sold their product by another product.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I mean, it's weird.
1,000,000%. As somebody who does a lot of commercials, that's a problem. That's the reason why you can't have tattoos.
I know because I had a liability signing from the artist, allowing him to allow his art to be on film.
Yes.
Oh wow.
So
that's how you can keep it.
So that's the thing. As long as you get the artist sign up, but the problem with mine is that these are branded characters on my body.
Yeah.
Right.
But because it's original art, they don't get in trouble unless the company earns money from that, and they didn't earn money from that.
Why didn't they earn money? Didn't their commercial go bigger?
I mean, it was like,
but you can't track. It's non-attributable.
It's a partnership video. It's not like an actual commercial that was on TV. It was like for like announcement. So this is why I'm like, I'm never gonna get acting because I know all this shit.
Yeah.
At my body.
You can. You can
because of fandoms.
Well, no, you can.
Fandoms are bad. Everyone.
You can make up it out.
Yeah. But that's the thing is that you get a
Get there 6 hours before shooting.
You get a liability signing thing like, hey, we're gonna put your thing on camera, blah blah blah, and they usually like artists are like, yeah, well, sure, whatever.
But the owner of the brand doesn't care about that.
Yeah, they're fucking. I don't think Bone Studio in Japan is really looking at beer commercials.
My grandfather owns Bone Studio.
Bone Studio.
Bone
Not
Studio.
sound like an anime studio.
Bones, Viz Media, or one.
Bone, we're fine. Whatever. Steal our brand.
But anyways, but that's a crazy like thing of like this tiny little commercial blew up because of a character.
It would be actually like just that same very simple campaign. Just put this watch band on a bunch of different.
About the Liquid Death cartoon. You're like, the cartoon is hilarious. I can't find it. It's like just those type of things where people are like, that thing is badass. Reminds me of something dorky. Like there you go.
A super simple idea there is just like put this band on people with a bunch of different tattoos that different people would identify with.
So my genuine answer to Solace though is I think you have a tough product to sell here, genuinely. So I think this is the type of product where I go more of a Gleib type of commercial where we need to go big.
Yeah.
Go big. I think like you need to go Liquid Death route of like you need to go crazy with your commercials because
Apple Watch band dating.
It's just really hard to get Apple Watch bands to sell. So I think you got to go huge with your personal brand.
And I think the angle.
So killing billionaires and
this is more along.
You need a 30-inch statue of Virgil wearing that band, and I'll buy it.
I think the angle of not even marketing as, like I said before, a watch band, but rather a belt for tiny mascots, and then try to sell it. Like, would you like to have your own tiny mascot belt?
Yeah,
you can put on your wrist.
Yeah, that you can put on your tiny mascot
belt.
Ooh, interesting.
Yeah, then we're doing crossovers with the psychedelics crowd.
I love wrestling.
There you go.
I like that.
If they have a way. Let me say this. If they have a way, and they don't, but if they did have a way to make very specific individual ones based on like certain people or all day.
Customized one.
All day.
Yeah, I'll wear wrestling anything.
Or they could do licensing deals, but yeah.
I do think they look nice, and it actually does make the Apple Watch look feel.
Yes.
This is the beauty of.
But also, why is it a round watch they're showing there? Is it not for an Apple Watch? What is?
There's also the beauty of social media. Is that they're really.
They probably don't have a deal with Apple, so they have to do like the closest they can.
But
I wish that Apple had made a round watch. I would more likely consider an Apple Watch if it was round and looked more like a watch and less.
I thought you said you hated watches because they were.
I more likely might consider.
You're the most contradicting person ever.
Yeah, so much.
He was on drugs.
Well, also that's the power of social media. So say if they did want to do a wrestling thing or something, they don't even have to go with the big ones. Like so many micro wrestlers or micro influencers could get a brand deal and sell more products.
Miniature wrestlers.
Micro wrestlers.
And then that can be their belt.
Yeah, there you go.
Championship belt.
Yeah. We just put all these ideas together.
Listen, now I'm going to go home and pitch all of this.
But that's actually,
and then one becomes a billionaire and they kill him.
Well, I mean, listen, every comic's trying to sell merch.
You know what my merch is? My merch is such a huge flex. I mean, I just have one thing for now, but I have a sticker that I have. It's an anime sticker, but the artist who did it is very like big artist. He did like official art for like Metal Slug, a bunch of like anime games, a bunch of blah blah, a bunch of shut the fuck up. He also did like an
Metal Slug. Get out of town.
Listen, he had an animated video. Can I finish my sentence? He did an animated video for like the Batman movie that came out and like Final Fantasy 16. He also did one like everyone recognizes art in that community. Like and I had him do my sticker and he doesn't commission anybody. Like he just did it as like a homie hookup. And so people have come to my show just to buy his merch. They'll be like, oh shit.
How does that make you feel?
That's great.
Okay.
You're like, she's
Oh,
like,
it's absolutely great.
Look, if there's butts in the seats, I don't care. Yeah.
Like, if they're filling the seats,
That's
and they
right.
come to my show and they're like, David has the anime sticker with this girl. Who's this girl? And then he looks me up and they're like, I guess she does comedy. And then they come to my comedy show and they're like, oh, she was funny. Can't get the sticker. I'm like, great.
Well, that's the real benefit of working with Banana Slug is that his main thing is he does a lot of brand
Banana
deals.
Slug. I don't know why he said Metal Slug. It's just the first thing I could
That
think
was
of,
like
but
you're like the Batman movie, Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
I'm like all stuff that people know. Yeah.
it was like Metal Slug, River City Girls, like all these indie games no one's ever heard of before, except for if you're in that community. Marvel versus
Here in River
Capcom, you know, shit like that. There you go.
I get half your references.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get
Listen,
zero.
It's pretty good.
Sometimes I forget that not everyone is just as dorky as me. Okay.
Yeah.
Just like, wait, have you not heard of Virgil from Metal May Cry 5, huh?
Virgil from Meta Cry Fight?
Yeah, that's what
What did you even say? You didn't even like commit to saying it. By the end, you're like, no one knows.
I get that.
Virgil from I
she
Went
bailed on it.
Alone.
She was
There
like,
you go.
she looked at me and she's like, yeah, it's I
You
wasn't
literally
not
descended into like sad.
I said Gunpaw,
No one knows
and you're
Virgil
like,
from I'm standing
I
by
said
myself in one bedroom
Gunpaw, and you're like,
apartment.
Gunba? I was like,
You get
see,
that.
I can't with
You
you
did.
people.
You got the reference?
Devil
Okay.
May Cry, yes.
Yeah.
But other one, Metal Slug, no clue.
Yeah.
But Devil May Cry, yes.
Metal
Yeah, I think this is good. I think we got some
classic
ideas for
game.
'em.
Everyone should play Metal
Solid
Slug.
go
They
bigger.
go hard-
Solid go big or go home.
They got to go big or go tiny with tiny men with solid spells.
Go
Okay.
big by going tiny.
I think that's gonna be tough.
But I
Go
try to tell
tiny or
girls
go
in my
home.
I think that idea is gonna be tough based on the rules of the universe. But I like.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? Let's- what was the thing about umbrellas and brainstorms?
Absolutely, and I'm not
come
here to stop it. But that's if I had a note on that idea,
Right.
it would be
If there wasn't.
everything we know about the world.
And
Yeah.
and I know niches work for people, niches work for people, whatever you want to say it.
Sure.
But I always admire and also don't understand in any fiber of my being how people choose their like life's work to be such a specific thing. Like I'm gonna make Apple Watch bands look like friendship bracelets. Like that's the whole vision for your life.
The more specific,
I don't think
the
it's-
more
I think it's
specific
more of a
you
money
are,
thing.
I know. It's
I
more
think
great.
it's
specific you
more
are, the more money there is. Generally, people.
That's why I don't make a lot of.
There's riches and niches is the thing, or snitches get stitches is one of those two.
That's another one. Yeah.
Yeah,
I like that
Snitches
first one.
gets
That's
niches.
interesting.
yeah, that's
Yep.
the thing.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah.
That's smart.
But it is yeah. I think it's a money. I don't
I'm
think it's
gonna
their
take
life.
their idea and
I know
make,
this guy. It's not his life.
I'm gonna take his idea and make non-friendship bracelets. Just
Oh,
enemy
enemy
bracelets.
bracelets.
There you
Yeah,
go.
yeah. There you go. I like that.
Like
There's
that.
probably an angle
If
there.
you
too.
find someone with the matching bracelet, you have to fight them. You're the only one who can own that. They only
I
sell
like that.
2 of each.
I like
That's
that.
actually a great ad campaign.
I like that.
People
there you
from
go.
enemy
You got to
bracelets.
fight them to the death.
There
But make
can
sure
only
you
be
start the
one.
workout first on
Yeah,
your
there
Apple
you
Watch.
go.
Yeah.
I think the
You can
people-
track their locations and fight each other.
Yeah.
Okay. this
The
is
people
ridiculous.
from enemy bracelets should try to be stopping the friendship bracelet people, and that could be like create a whole
Work
world,
for-
whole fantasy narrative.
This is how.
where they're because it's such a niche thing. Pretend like it's like a major
Here's the
thing people
thing.
are upset about.
Now you're
Here at enemy bracelet, we must stop the solace friendship bracelet.
now you're understanding how my brain works.
Now I get your-
I really
Yeah,
appreciate
she's
that.
saying like,
Now
let's create a story. Yeah, I get it.
Now we're with you, and I really
And
understand.
now you're an incel.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Absolutely.
All right, guys. I think that's what we got time for. You want to do some plugs? Anybody have anything to plug? Podcast, right?
When does this come out?
Sure.
Good question.
3 to 4 weeks.
My birthday's November 1st. You can Venmo me.
There you go.
There you go.
Hit the
Is it?
Ven-
Oh, Scorpios.
yeah, hit the Venmo. What is it? Say what it is.
At
so I can-
Lisa Wallen. Actually, just follow me on all the social medias.
Yeah, follow you on
At
Twitch.
WISALLALLEN because I f***ed up my handle 10 years
I
ago.
don't think you spelled that clearly at all.
Lisa Wallen. Instead of Lisa Wallen.
Lisa
Yeah.
Wallen.
It's just
like how
fine.
a little kid would say it, Wisa.
Lisa. People think my name is Weasel now, so there you go.
Nice.
Yeah.
My podcast, Last Week on Earth, I summarize the world every week or as many weeks as I can get to doing it. News, pop culture, politics, trends, science, weird stories. I'll be covering a lot of the
Let me know when you need a nerd on there.
I mean, I probably would need that to explain a lot of the world to me. So you might be on there soon. You can subscribe Last Week on Earth on all podcast platforms and follow me at Ben Gleib on social media, on this, especially Instagram.
Nice.
2 things. Follow me at Danny Jolles. Follow all of us. TikTokers are taking our jobs. It's very important that you follow comedians.
Yep.
And then the pitch I do at the end of every single podcast I do. Stand-up comedy is like hockey. It is fun to watch at home, but it is so much better in person. Don't worry about seeing any of us if you can't. Please look up your local comedy club. Look at the next 4 headliners coming. Look online. Make sure you can find 10 minutes uninterrupted of stand-up. No crowd work, no cuts.
Material.
10 minutes uninterrupted. Find that one, buy a ticket, go see live stand-up comedy. It is so much better than you realize. You'll never stop going. It'll be the best night of your life. Go see live stand-up.
That's a great pitch.
I love
That's a
that.
good plug.
Now I feel stupid
weird
for not
telling
having a
everybody to
special.
like
Now I feel dumb for not having a special.
No, it's on the way. It's on the way.
Now I feel a little weird for how much crowd work.
You've grown a ton in the past.
I'm gonna get one.
You can have crowd work 10 minutes uninterrupted. Got to also be available.
You got to have 10 minutes uninterrupted.
After that plug, I feel weird just being like, like and subscribe. And
I feel bad doing it. That's why, but I do it on every podcast. I'm sorry.
But yeah, do all those things I just said. Like, subscribe, write a review.
I mean, I guess watch my 2 stand-up specials that are uninterrupted stand-up comedy.
There you go.
The Mad King and Neurotic Gangster. And then watch Danny's specials. You choose.
You choose in 6 parts.
Watch no Lisa specials because she hasn't had one yet.
Just fun.
It's gonna happen.
She's just stressed out.
Just ask.
Watch her on Twitch.
Ask Freddie from Gumbo Underworld to write a special.
Yeah, Freddie from Gumbo.
You know?
Well, you don't know about Freddie? Whoa.
He's from Metal Slug.
Yeah, drew a picture for me once that I could use it. It was a picture of Mickey Mouse, and I'm now in severe litigation. But Freddie said I could use it.
There you go.
Nice.
Jesus Christ.
All right, comment, like, subscribe, write a review. Thanks for watching. See you next time.
Please get John some pants.
I do want a
Donate,
stand-up
get 'em
special. The thing is, I wasn't planning on doing stand-up comedy full-time until I lost my job. And now I'm like, I guess I need to have a special now.
That's the perfect way to end the episode.
Yeah.